Hello Nintendo Wii here, welcome back to Let's Play Retro Games. I've just finished watching Nintendo's E3 presentation and I've got the treehouse on the stream over there. I just thought I'd come and share some of my thoughts and opinions on their conference for 2018. The first game they showed off, I'd never even heard or seen anything about this game before, so I think it was officially revealed at this in this video. That was called Daemon X Machina and it actually looks really fun. It kind of reminds me of Virtual Man for the Sega Saturn and Dreamcast. If you love that sort of mech style action arcade shooting game, you're bound to love this. Really cool trailer as well. The second game they showed off here, and something I'm really excited about. If you remember at the end of last year, my game of the year was Xenoblade 2. Well, they showed off today the first look at the new story for the Xenoblade 2. It's actually getting its own physical release, which they didn't actually show during the direct, but I watched the trailer again on YouTube after, and it's actually getting its own physical release. I am really excited to play a prequel to Xenoblade 2, my favourite game of last year. The next game, one they showed off a few weeks ago, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. I'm looking forward to these games. Yes, they might be a bit more simple, they're going for a new audience I suppose. They didn't show anything of the actual new Pokemon RPG that's coming out. So again, maybe slightly disappointed, but even so, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu do look really nice, and I'm sure they'll be really fun when they come out later in the year. Next, a game that everyone was sort of expecting, but no one really brought it up. That is the new Mario Party game. It doesn't actually have a number, it's just called Super Mario Party. I kind of like the simplicity in the name, and I love that minigame they showed off where you put two switches next to each other and you sort of use your finger to draw a line between them, and they sort of connect together. I thought that was really clever, so I'll probably end up picking up Mario Party. The last one I actually got was Mario Party 9 on the Wii, and that was really fun. So, a Mario Party game. Not the most exciting announcement ever, but still nice to have. Next, a game that everyone's been really looking forward to seeing gameplay for, so I'm very happy that they finally showed off Fire Emblem for the Switch. I'm not a huge Fire Emblem fan, but I can see the appeal, and I will definitely be picking up this new one. I think it was called The Three Houses. It looks really nice, and it actually looks like there's a bit of exploration as well, a bit of an RPG element to it. But I wish they would bring back Advance Wars. I know it's probably never going to happen these days, and Wargroove coming out soon is probably the closest we're ever going to get. So I'm really looking forward to playing Fire Emblem on the Switch. The next game, and probably one of the worst kept secrets at E3, this was Fortnite, of course. And the great news is it's available immediately. I'm not a huge fan of Fortnite either. I mean, I have tried it on PS4, but I never really got into it that much. But maybe on the Switch that'll be different, because it is a lot more pick up and play. So yeah, I'll probably end up downloading that later, so if you've got my Switch friend code, maybe I'll be online to have a game at some point, if that's how it works. I don't really know much about Fortnite, but even so, I'll put my friend code in the description if you want to go and add me on the Switch. The next game they showed, this was in like a big montage of indie games, was Overcooked 2. I've never played the original, but I do know that a lot of people really like it, and my friend works at Team 17, so go and support him and support Team 17, a great British publisher and developer, and get Overcooked. I almost said Overwatch then, that's not on the Switch. Overcooked 2 on the Switch, and pick up the original, and I probably should too. The next game, one that I hadn't heard about, but it sounds from what they were saying in this presentation that it's available on other consoles. This game's called Killer Queen Black, and it looks like a really nice multiplayer pixel-based fighting game, maybe something like Joust. It looks really cool, so I might check that out when it's out later in the year. After that was Hollow Knight, a game that has been out for a while. I think it's on the Wii U. It's almost certainly on the 3DS. I've never played it, so I'll probably end up picking it up on the Switch. I do love indie games, and this one is really highly rated. And the last game they showed off in this section was the amazing, incredible Octopath Traveller. There's a new demo that's out now, so if you want some more Octopath goodness until the game officially comes out next month, then you can go and download it. So after these games, they sort of did a really quick montage of loads of new games coming out on the Switch between now and Christmas. So I'm just going to list them and maybe say a little bit of my opinions of them, which will probably actually be longer than it was in the direct, so here we go. The first one they showed was StarLink, which was shown off at Ubisoft's conference yesterday. Ubisoft actually had a really amazing conference, which I'll come to on Sunday when I upload my E3 video. Anyway, this game has Star Fox in it, which is super exciting, and I really want to get it, and it also comes with a nice R-Wing statue, so once again, I'm not very good with my money, and I'm probably going to end up pre-ordering it right after this. After that, they showed Minecraft, which I thought was already on the Switch, so I'm a bit confused about that. So if anyone knows why they're showing Minecraft again, leave a note in the comments. I'm not down with the kids, obviously. Next up, a game that's actually already out, and I've heard good things about it, and I was going to pick it up until I saw the price, which is a bit crazy for such a simple puzzle game for what it looks like, but it does look really good. That's Sushi Striker, which they showed off last year at E3. Next thing they showed was the DLC for Rabbids, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, the Donkey Kong Adventure expansion, which looks really good. I'm actually going to go back and play the rest of Mario and Rabbids tonight, actually. I've actually put it in the Switch. And I really loved, again, in the Ubisoft conference when Grant Kirkhope came up on stage and did his orchestra thing. So cool. Next was another Minecraft clone sort of thing called Pixark. You sort of play as a dinosaur going around Minecraft style worlds. Didn't really think much of that one. And just like that, I didn't really think much of Just Dance either. The game after that was Dragon Ball FighterZ, which I know a lot of people really like. The only Dragon Ball fighting game I've ever played was the one on the PS2, Budokai 2 or something like that, I can't quite remember, so maybe pass on that one. But I know someone who's going to pick it up for sure. He knows who he is. A game I am definitely going to pick up on day one, in fact I've already pre-ordered it. This is Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. I loved the trailer that they showed off for this at the Direct a while ago. I'll put a link in the description to the trailer because it is really, really cool and it gets you really hyped for the game, so I love Splatoon 2 and it'd be great to have some more single player content. After that was another very quick look at Captain Toad Treasure Tracker coming out soon for the 3DS and the Switch. I actually completely forgot it was coming out on the 3DS as well. I'm not going to get it because I already completed it on the Wii U when it came out on that, but if you haven't played it, it's a really, really good game, as I'm sure you already know. So if you never had it on Wii U, definitely go and pick it up on the Switch or the 3DS if you have either of them consoles. Another game that I've already played on the PS4, but for those who don't have a PS4, Crash Bandicoot Trilogy is coming out on the Switch very soon. So they're really, really great games and I definitely recommend picking them up if you like platformers. Now the next game is one that I hadn't heard of and it looks very similar to Splatoon. I wonder where they got their ideas from. It's called Ninjala, I think. It's by Gung Ho, the same people who made Puzzle and Dragons, so that's going to be quite interesting. Next up looks like a digital version of the board game Carcassonne. I think I've pronounced that right. I know quite a lot of people who are really into the board game, so to have that digitally, I suppose you can just play it in the car or whatever with your friends. Seems really good if you're into that sort of thing. Yeah, FIFA 18 and 19, meh. The next one's not quite so meh, and people are really amazed at how the developers managed to squeeze this onto the Switch. ARK Survival. I've heard really good things about it on the PS4, but I've never actually played it, so maybe when it comes out on the Switch, that could be the time that I give it a go. Wasteland 2, I don't really know anything about this game. It sort of looks like an RTS. Maybe good if you like that sort of game, sort of reminded me of Halo Wars or something like that. Paladins, Champions of the Realm, this looks like Overwatch for people who don't have a console that can play Overwatch. I really have no idea, but apparently it's fairly popular, so if you like that sort of game, there you go. Fallout Shelter, something they announced at Bethesda's conference, I think, or maybe Microsoft. I know they announced it at E3, and it's actually out now on the Switch. They didn't really put a lot of time into it in this video, but if you like Fallout, I suppose that's good. But not as good as having a proper Fallout game on the Switch, so hopefully Bethesda announces something about a proper Fallout game at some point. Dark Souls Remastered, which should have been out already, but for some reason it's got pushed back to later in the summer. I am going to get it because I've never played Dark Souls before, so to get it on the Switch will be really good. I can sort of dip in and out of it and hopefully get a bit better. I did play it a little bit on the PS3 and I was terrible. SNK Heroines Tag Team Battle, I think that's what it's called. Never been a huge fan of the Neo Geo fighting games, but I know a lot of people really love this series and the King of Fighters series and everything like that. So if that's your cup of tea, then SNK Heroines will be right up your street, and it's great that the Switch is getting more fighting games after the amazing collection that they did for Street Fighter recently as well. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, another game that I'll be getting. Not the one I was hoping to get on the Switch. I think everyone was really hoping to get Monster Hunter Worlds, which may or may not be happening at some point in the future if Capcom can get their act in gear. Monster Hunter Generations, I think, is a remake of the 3DS game. I know my friend Jack could tell you a lot more. So Jack, if you're watching, in the comments, what is Monster Hunter Generations on the Switch? Which one is it based on, and should people get it? Thank you. Another Bethesda game, Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. I've heard great things about the first Wolfenstein game, and it's really cool that this is going to be on the Switch, just like they did with Doom earlier in the year. So I'll probably end up picking this one up. I've heard it's got a great story and can get incredibly violent. Probably explains the 18 rating at the start of the Direct. The World Ends With You Final Remix. I'm a huge fan of The World Ends With You. I absolutely loved it on the DS. I can't wait to play it again. I'm still not entirely sure how the battles are going to work because they were very centred around having the dual screens and the touchscreen, so playing that on the TV might make for a bit of a different experience, but I'm excited to play it again either way, and I know there's some new story content as well, which will be really exciting for fans of the series. Megaman 11, I always scream a little bit internally when I see this game. I'm super excited for it, probably my most anticipated game of the whole year. Really can't wait for Megaman 11, as I'm sure you know by now, I'm an incredibly huge Megaman fan, so this game can't come soon enough. And the last game they showed off, and one that I personally have no particular interest in, but I know a lot of people really do. I played the demo recently and sort of just thought it was okay. Mario Tennis Aces. And now we get on to the main event, the thing that took up most of the Direct, and something that was really, really good. Better than I think anyone could have hoped for, to be honest. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I love the name, I love the fact that they've gave it an actual name. I was just blown away. The fact that they've included every single character from every previous Smash Bros. Game, and what looks like a brilliant selection of levels as well. And that reveal at the end to have Ridley as a playable character. Who saw that coming? And I love the fact that they've sped up the final smashes as well. I think that's a great idea. Sort of make the whole game a bit faster in the process. Just can't wait to play it, and it's actually coming out this year, which is brilliant. So, I'm going to leave my thoughts there. I'm sure there's plenty more to catch up on. The Treehouse is playing now, so possibly they'll announce some other things. Overall, thumbs up, great Nintendo Direct. Not quite as exciting as last year, but I think that's because we already knew a lot of the games that are coming out. Bit disappointed they didn't show off Metroid Prime 4. Was kind of expecting them to, so that was a bit of a disappointment. And there wasn't really a brand new game, which I think a lot of people also wanted. But even so, very exciting as always. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out my Patreon in the description. And stay tuned to my channel, subscribe, because on Friday I'm going to be uploading my overall E3 impressions for 2018. So, thanks for watching. Goodbye.